Assalamu alaikum, namaste, sat sri akal, shalom and good day. You are listening to Awaz Community Radio. And today's show will be focusing on hate crime awareness and an event that's coming up soon. Now, if you want to contact us, give us a call on 0161 839 9817. We're on Facebook, just type in Awaz Community Radio or tweet us at Awaz Radio 122. You can email us awazcommunityradio@gmail.com or check out our website www.awazcommunityradio.com. Thank you for listening to Awaz Community Radio. Your host for today is Syra, and I am pleased to introduce my guests, Dr. Siema Iqbal and Dean Rogers of Manchester. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm really looking forward to hearing all about this event that you're organising. So perhaps for our listeners, would you like to tell them a little bit more about yourself? Shall we start with Dean Rogers?
I'm the Dean of Manchester, and I'm based at Manchester Cathedral in the city centre, and I've been the Dean. I'm now beginning my 12th year, and I've been a priest before that in South Manchester as Vicar of West Didsbury. And as a result of my work, I'm involved in a number of community initiatives, and this Challenging Hate Forum is one of the very important pieces of work that I've been involved in for the past 7 or 8 years.
Great stuff. And Dr. Siema Iqbal?
Hi, thank you for having us on. I am Dr. Siema Iqbal. I'm a local GP. I've worked in Cheetham Hill for around 10 years now. I also like to work with the police and the council and on different forums, such as the Challenging Hate Forum, to tackle hate crime. And one of my main organisations that I work with is called MEND, which is Muslim Engagement and Development, which is a grassroots organisation that looks to tackle Islamophobia.
Great. And would you like to tell our listeners a bit more about the forum? Where did you two meet during the forum?
We did, yeah.
Yes, indeed. The forum is something that we set up at the cathedral as an interfaith forum. It meets monthly, usually at the cathedral, although every now and again the forum might move elsewhere. But it's largely based at the cathedral to enable folk from different faith groups, as well as some of our colleagues in the statutory sector, to gather to reflect on a number of themes or issues that relate to hate crime in the life of Greater Manchester. So it's a regular forum, and we really have built up a good following and a good set of relationships with colleagues from across the board in terms of different faith groups and different sectors. And together we all try to do our little bit to make a difference in our communities.
And Siema, how did you find out about the forum?
I was actually invited to it by Sir Peter Fahy, who used to be the Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police, and I remember attending the first meeting, which was probably, I think, a few years back now.
Indeed,
yeah,
yes.
two years ago, and I found it quite an interesting forum. You know, it's quite a collaboration between different voluntary sector groups and the police and the council and statutory organisations, and some of the discussions and the events were really interesting, and since then I've been hooked, I'd say.
In fact, the forum was begun when Sir Peter Fahy became the Chief Constable of Greater Manchester, and I invited him to lunch, and together we explored how I was able to support him in his work. And one of the things he said to me was, shared with me a concern about the rise in hate crimes in Greater Manchester. And together we came up with the idea of setting up an interfaith forum to address the issue of hate crimes in the sense of the kind of contribution that people of faith particularly could make to addressing this horrible crime in our city region. And so that's how the Challenging Hate Forum was born. And it's grown ever since, from a very small forum to a very wide forum with a fairly wide and large membership and a really good following. And I'd like to think that it has and continues to make a very big difference in the way we seek to build peace and build cohesion in all of our communities in what is a very diverse city.
And this event that you're organising is coinciding, of course, with Hate Crime Awareness Week/month.
That's correct.
How important do you think it is to be holding events of this nature, especially given how things are changing politically?
I think in the current political climate, with hate crime increasing, especially over the past year, I think it's important that we do events that raise awareness of hate crime, how it can be challenged, the impact it can have on individuals that suffer hate crime or hate incidents. And I think with the Challenging Hate Forum, because it's such a diverse range of communities coming together, it shows that there can be, tolerance and unity between people that can be, quite different. Hate is something that is quite divisive and can cause, division amongst communities, and it's not something that anyone can tackle alone. In order for it to be defeated, it has to be tackled in unity, to be honest. And I think Hate Crime Awareness Week is a fantastic initiative, and there need to be lots of events up and down the city, really, to mark the occasion.
Yes, I agree with Siema. The kind of place that we are in at the moment as a world community, never mind Manchester, is that society is tending to experience an increased sense of fragmentation. We see it happening in the United States at the moment, with terrible fragmentation there. We see it happening here in Europe. We see it happening in our own country with Brexit. Communities are fragmenting, never mind the regular occurrences and incidents of people imposing prejudices into hateful actions or on people. We got the added sort of challenge of fragmentation, and that causes divisions, as Siema has said, and divisions are exploited by extremists on every side because it suits their agendas. And I think people of faith, particularly, but also people of goodwill across the sectors, we ought to be doing whatever we can to bring people together rather than encourage that process of fragmentation.
I think events like this not only raise awareness, but I think we've tried particularly also to show that if you are the victim of hate crime, what to do, how to report it. And I think that's what this week is important about too. It's not just about raising awareness, but saying that if you are the victim of a hate crime or a hate incident, what can you actually do about it? What support is there out there for you? What are the methods of reporting? And I think it's educating the communities that it won't be tolerated in any form and it should be reported.
That's great. And how about some details about the event? What can the members of our community look forward to doing at the event?
So Hate Crime Awareness Week this year begins on Monday the 6th of February, and Manchester City Council and I imagine other councils, borough councils, will be organising and arranging and hosting events throughout the city and the city region.
There are actually 40 plus events this week throughout the city.
There you go. So it's a large number of events taking place. The event that we are organising, which we do each year at the Cathedral, will take place on Monday the 6th of February from 12 noon till 3 p.m. Each year we try to bring in a very good positive theme about bringing people together. And this year the theme is friendship brings communities together. The whole idea is that that the more we can build friendships across the various sort of divides that we do find amongst us, the more we can build peace, the more we can celebrate each other's cultures and religions and so on. So it's friendship brings communities together. Monday, February the 6th, from 12 noon till 3 p.m. at Manchester Cathedral. And we have, as always, a terrific program all lined up. Some of the people we're expecting to contribute to the event include our Lord Mayor, Carl Austin Behan. We're expecting colleagues from GMP, and we're also expecting Lucy Powell MP to be addressing us, unless she's recalled to Parliament for other business. We're expecting Lucy to join us. We are expecting our Lord Lieutenant to be addressing us. In addition to our speakers, we have some fun bits to the program. We are going to have a wonderful interactive dance workshop, and Prajoti is going to lead us in some terrific dancing. It's going to be interactive, which means those attending will be encouraged to participate.
I'd like the listeners to know that Dean Rogers is looking directly at me when he makes that comment.
Indeed, I'm looking forward to seeing Siema dance. I believe she's a great dancer. In addition to the dance bit of the program, we're also having the acclaimed Manchester Inspirational Voices Choir. Now, they won the Songs of Praise competition, the BBC Songs of Praise competition recently, and we're very thrilled to have them on the program. They're going to be providing some terrific singing, choir singing. So it's going to be some serious sort of speeches highlighting the issue as Siema has mentioned, providing some statistics. We're also going to be having what we call some personal testimonies from members of the forum who have been building friendships with each other. In the middle of last year, I provided a challenge to members of the forum that they ought to pair up with people that they don't know very well, with a view to having a cup of tea together, having some lunch together, outside the forum, that is, just to get to know each other a bit better. And a number of them have done that. And they're going to be sharing their experiences at the forum, at the public event on the 6th of February. So it's going to be some really, really positive stories, because hate crime can often be seen as a very negative, a very downbeat sort of subject. But actually we want people to know that there's a positive side to the work of the forum, that we want to encourage people to build friendships. And of course, we're going to be having again another interactive panel discussion at the public event as well. So it's a very varied program, and I'm very excited that in addition to the program, I'm going to ask Siema to say who's in fact going to MC the program.
The MC is Mike Shaft for the whole event, so we're really looking forward to that. You know, with the Challenging Cape Forum events, and I've been to quite a few, there's definitely fun on the menu, but there's also the serious element, and of course the samosas, which I have promised to make for the event. There's always light refreshments and tea and coffee available too, so come and have your lunch and come and learn a little bit more about hate crime and get involved in some of the activities that are happening on that afternoon.
We really do want to encourage people to join us. There will be kosher food, there will be halal food, and there'll be samosas made by our very own Siema. It's a special recipe, so people can come and enjoy that as well. So there's going to be light refreshments. There'll be a bit of food. There'll be some good, very, very good addresses by very important people in the community, and then of course some fun bits. I also want to say something about the various stalls that we will be having at the event as well. And like Siema said, it's about awareness raising, but it's also an opportunity for those attending to interact with people who are involved in the community at large through their own sort of community groups. So we're going to be having a number of stalls around the cathedral in the nave. And if I could mention some of those, Greater Manchester Police will have a stall sharing their information about their work. We've got a stall to be held there by Greater Manchester Fire and Rescue Service. We got the Crown Prosecution going to be having a stall, MEND, of course, about their work in the community. They will have a stall. The Albert Kennedy Trust, they are very involved in HIV testing and working with those who are seeking to be screened for HIV, for the HIV virus. We're going to have members of the Jewish Representative Council, homelessness, the Booth Center will be there, and so on. But there's also a couple of others I want to mention: the Movement for Justice and Reconciliation, the Faith Network for Manchester. They shall be having a stall. Christian Aid, also the Police Commissioner, Police and Crime Commissioner's Office, the Quakers, the Friends, and so on. And also there's going to be a community group that's going to have a stall to educate people about veil awareness, as they call it. They're going to have a table on veil awareness. This is about the veils worn by Muslim women and the prejudices that they suffer very often. And so we're looking forward to having the Ahmadiyya Muslim women's group from Hume educating people about this. So it's a varied selection of community groups going to be present, talking about their work. And so in addition to the set program, there's all this informal sort of sharing of information and interaction that will take place as well.
When I first joined the Challenging Hate Forum, I was actually quite amazed at how many community groups there are out there, because you're not really aware of them. So I think it's a great opportunity, if you do attend the event, to learn about some of the work that's being done out there. It's a great platform for the community organisations out there. And you may find that, you want to get involved with one of the organisations further. So definitely do come along if you can.
I do have to tell listeners that David Layton from the Crown Prosecution Service has offered to bring cake. Now, I think having cake at an event like this is wonderful. So there's samosas, there's cake, there's kosher food, in addition to all the serious stuff that we're going to be doing. It's going to be an exciting event. I mean, why would you not want to come?
It sounds fantastic, and I'm really impressed by the number of organisations that are going to have stalls there.
Indeed.
And of course cake, samosas and dancing. What more do you want?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, Manchester is known, isn't it, for its diversity, and that's what we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate the differences instead of using them to, create division amongst communities.
This is a very exciting event, as you can see, and you can tell that Simon and I are very passionate about this work. And it really is for the good. We in our small ways are trying to make a difference in our wider community, and we want to encourage others to join us in doing the same. And I think the more people who can join us to become more aware and engage and do their little bit can make such a difference in our very diverse community. And so. Please do support us. Come and share in this. It'll make a huge difference to the people, all the peoples of Greater Manchester.
And I hope it inspires others to extend their hand of friendship to others, those that they don't know, just as yourselves and other forum members have been doing. So
Indeed.
hopefully they'll be inspired too.
Indeed, friendship. It's all about friendship. Come and build. Come and make new friends. Come and meet new people. And build friendships, and it's only when we build friendships we can break down some of the things we're afraid of, because we don't know people of other faiths or other cultures, other races well enough, and let's break down those barriers. So thank you so much for letting us come and share with you what's going on at this year's public event for Hate Crime Awareness Week.
If you want more information or want to keep updated with the events that are happening at Manchester Cathedral, do follow them on Twitter, and their Twitter handle is @mancathedral with a capital M and a capital C, and that way you can stay updated.
That's great. Thank you so much to my guests, Dean Rogers and Dr. Siema Iqbal, for coming in to chat to me about the amazing work that they do with the Challenging Hate Forum and this great event that they have coming up, the Hate Crime Awareness event. Thank you very much. We wish you every success.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you very much indeed.
You've been listening to Awaz Community Radio with your host, Syra. Now, if you'd like more information, do contact us. Give us a call on 0161 839 9817. We're on Facebook. Just type in Awaz Community Radio or tweet us at Awaz Radio 122. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.